New text messages are out, and man, do they help Justin Baldoni. And boy, do they not help Colleen Hoover or Blake Lively. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. We have been live going through a bunch of texts that have been revealed and really paint a much clearer picture of what was actually happening that summer. If you want to watch all the texts, there's a lot. We went through them. You can become a member, watch the full stream. We had some fun rants. I went through it all. Also talked about how this feels very similar to what I'm facing with my current subpoena, these privilege logs, the violation of all these texts that none of our damn business. Why are we even here? You can go over to PopcornPlanet.com, click sign up top. And you can always join the replay crew, watch them there if you missed it. But this is the main topic I want to go through. I want to focus on some of these texts because it really was quite revealing, I got to say. I want to start here because, look, they're talking about a Hollywood Reporter article that was kind of just false, seemingly planted by Blake. And Jamie just, you can sort of pause and read the whole thing if you want. Jamie plays such the better person here. You can tell Jamie's really like, patient and grounded and, regulated. Like just, he knows how to handle it and not to lose his shit and to really just sort of, who cares if the industry knows the truth, whether 12 or 100 fans read that and believe it, doesn't matter. Sony's job is to promote the movie, make as much money. That's the reason we partner with them and they're doing that. I don't expect this to be any other way. The fact that they're cozying up with Blake, it makes sense. If they're even doing that, they are a business that's protecting their own bottom line. What Wayfair stands for is what Wayfair stands for. I don't expect anyone else to. If we get things correct, great. If not, who cares? I don't care if Sony nestles up. As long as they can put out a movie of ours and make money so that we can be Wayfair and do what we got to do, I am good. Let's not lose sight of that big picture. Right now, it's about keeping bullets away from you, Justin, away from me, away from Wayfair. And if that comes at the expense of being praised, then so be it. And that is a win. Good on him, man. That's how it is. It's not about the praise. He's right. It was a big hit and it should have been. And everybody was going to, I think, be successful. But Blake really sure ruined that. So this Henry Grace is Justin's alias. And so he's like seeing a TikTok that's stressing him out, which that's false. Are we doing anything to influence this stuff? Or is this real people coming to my defense? No bots, no fake, none of that. These is real people coming to your fence. Trust. It's astounding to see the outpouring. People are thinking it's us. Watch the video. Just want to be mindful of the swell turning, but you guys know this game. I've never been involved in anything like this. So they're flagging things. They're keeping eye on things. They're basically acknowledging, and this is August 15th, right when we started, that a lot of this is really, it's all genuine. It's all happening. Stories are coming out that are making her look more unhinged. I'm more concerned about these TikToks claiming they know information, and there's some dark, disturbing stories about me that they're going to break as if they're getting DMs. The only way that would be happening is if there are lies. Now, we've reported on that. We actually had one of those TikTokers, Nadia Grace, she came on, Nadia G Reads, I think it is. She came on and revealed that early on, when she was just fairly out of nowhere kind of critiquing the bad PR, people were DMing her saying, hey, girl, you should delete that because it went super viral. Justin's not a great guy. Like all this stuff. We now have those people in the doc who've interviewed for us. They've been on this channel even proving this is true. I've seen the DMs. Who was sending those DMs? This was before the alleged smear campaign against Blake. Who was running the smear against Justin? That's what Blake refuses to accept because there clearly was one. And these early texts prove it. So they're talking about doing stuff. I'm not concerned about these. We know there are no dark or disturbing stories. This is Melissa chiming in. I'm not concerned. We know there's nothing else. There's nothing dark or disturbing here. This is her. This would be the time of, look, we just got to protect what we know and don't worry. If they were lying, they would say it. They're talking in private. When you talk in private, a lot of stuff can get revealed. And yeah. So they go through, there's a lot of this, but I want to get to the Colleen Hoover of it all. I love the internet's not bots. Here it is. Is there anything we can do early? They're trying to schedule phone calls. I'm scrolling through the sort of the gist of it. There's a lot of stuff here, but let me get to, this is some good parts, but again, watch the full replay. I want to get to the Colleen Hoover because that honestly is what's really shocking. So here we are. Colleen just texted this to us. First time we've heard from her, I guess in a while. Can someone please send to Jamie the actual context of what I said so I can respond to Colleen? This should be on a video recorded from the rap, yada, yada, yada. The text basically says, here it is. We can zoom in. She's talking about this article right here. It ends with us explain why Justin Baldoni changed Ryle's fate. And I guess she's frustrated because she's like, this is a lie. Please delete it. It does nothing but fuel the fire of what they're saying about me. If this were true, you wouldn't have asked me numerous times about Ryle's book, role in book 2. I have kept quiet, but this is just mean. So he's frustrated because he's like, this is not, I didn't have any control over that. I don't write the headline. The Wrap wrote the headlines, and I don't control the things negative that she and Blake have been saying about me and the controversy they created. We haven't leaked anything. Yada, yada. See, he goes into a lot more detail. They're deleting the post. Take this as an opportunity to open up the dialogue with her. Apologize, communicate, be the better person. Jennifer gives some fantastic advice. And also, I said this earlier, but I want to say it again. I'm sorry, Jennifer has to deal with this. This is so violating. That poor Jennifer Abel had her phone stolen by Stephanie Jones and then used to have all her personal details and personal issues and personal photos all shared among publicists to try to win some PR battle, and then use that to have Blake use it against her. And it's just gross. So I hate that we have to read all this, Jennifer, and everybody, but it's now a legal document. But shout out, it's not just Justin who's suffering here. There's a lot of people in this mess that are being violated, in my opinion, harassed, bullied, and she's definitely one of them. So she's giving really good advice to Justin. And he's like, look, I don't have the capacity right now in this moment to be the bigger person. You have to remember, this was her betrayal. It was her betrayal that landed me in the hospital. It's been devastating to me. Colleen turned. Fully understand, respect that. Now let's get to her reply, because then they sort of go back and forth on. Justin gives a very long emotional response, which I'm not going to read here because it's long. And everyone's like, no, Justin, look, I understand your feelings, but this isn't, we have to be careful here. And they really get into it. And then they sort of try to dictate another group. And Justin should not respond right now. Okay, I'll sit down. And then, but here's what I would, and it sort of, she wrote back, Colleen, from the heart. There has been one lie that's come out of my mouth. There has not been one lie that's come out of my mouth. I have been sticking up to the same message from the movie, which I care deeply about from the beginning. The headline is taken out of context, which you will see from the interview. I've loved and adored you for the past 5 years, and that hasn't changed. Honestly, this was the most effective one he should have sent, but he added a little bit more context here, a little bit more sort of defensiveness, which is fine. Here's the final version you can go read. But he wrote back to her, and sort of was like trying to defend himself while also be respectful. I just want you to know that I've deeply cared about you for the past 5 years, and that hasn't changed. But also kind of defend himself. And so they did all this. And she responds back with this. This is Colleen's response. It just feels like I'm on an island here when the hate is being directed at me. You guys posting that article and allowing to feel the comments is hurtful. And the timing of it just feels like you're worried about your image, but not the women who are behind this story. I know things took an awful turn, and I felt forced to choose when I did not want to. Interesting, but the back and forth articles from both camps are just so upsetting and ridiculous. It's making everyone working on this movie look immature. She's not wrong about that. Everyone is out there trying to save themselves. She's not wrong about that either. And now, including Colleen, to be fair. And now this has turned into a huge mess. Fact. I know you guys think I've made decisions for certain reasons, but I have felt the rift from long before I ever was in contact with Blake. It started with me not being able to allowed to read the script until I was sat with readers. But then all the interviews made it seem like you included me in the script from the beginning. We're going to come back to that in a minute, because if that were true, I could see why she's upset, but it's not true. Then the whole documentary thing where I said no so very many times, and the book, when I asked you guys to at least donate a portion of proceeds to DV, and then I was told the only way a donation would be made is if I took 1% and donated that myself. Then the whole tattoo thing, all the texts of you blaming Blake for that and reiterating that she didn't read the book. But every time I just try to ask you what to say to readers. I have, meaning like, I didn't want to bash Blake. I'm just trying to, what do you want me to say? I've been disappointed personally by your actions many times. I guess she's detailing those times right then. I appreciate you haven't said directly anything negative. That's how it should be. But you are a grown man with platform. You know how to use it to protect your image. Please don't continue to use it to harm me or mine. That's all I'm asking. Interesting response. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Justin replies, or sort of shares, all these texts from earlier with Colleen, where she literally admits way back, Okay, but for the script, I'm really pleasantly surprised. It's much closer to the book. I totally understand the need for a lot of the changes. There are only a handful of tiny notes. They wouldn't need a rewrite or anything, just some tweaks if you agree with my thoughts. But like I said, love it. I think it's going to make the readers very happy. I'll do another reread when I get home Sunday and try to get you some notes before the meeting next week. If you want, we can discuss in the meeting and get other people's ideas. Wonderful job, Tell Christie. I love it. Great. Please give me all the notes. So happy to hear this. And then they do a rewrite. They do a rewrite. There are only a handful of notes. I'm really, sorry, this is the next part. Here we go. New draft just came in. We'll keep you posted. You feeling good? Yes. Much better than before. We have notes and then I will let you read the next draft. I'm sure and then we're going to have some fans read it. I know some hardcore fans in LA. Great. Yeah. I'm just saying things on the top of my head. The switch to the baby names. I get why you did it. She's giving tons of book. One big thing in the book is Ryle admits to having been in therapy. She gives that note. Awesome, all good. Do I get to read the script before them? Of course. This is a second script she gets to read. Nice. I think anything you do about the book will be exciting for them. People would be involved. Yes, please give me notes. I'm so happy to hear this. And yes, you can knock out the video tomorrow. She talks about Roots because I guess they were going to make Atlas African-American, but then they were like, the show Roots, it might be not a good look. He agrees. Atlas ultimately was an African-American. But look, you're looking at a lot of stuff. She took 2 hours to read it again. Oh my God. It's crazy, but I got my fourth go at keeping my distance and test. Thank you for sending this. It's perfect time for me to read it. She then giving a note about young Atlas. Look, the point is I'll read it again before I come. I have some notes. I'll be so interested in what the readers say. I took advantage because it's crazy. Good luck. She read the book twice, read the script twice. She passed along notes, multiple notes. More notes. She's full of crap. She's gaslighting us. Tactor's new. Anyone, please, I'll try to keep it the same word count. Signed. The 3 coworkers cheer me on. She's talking. They're having a nice exchange. Tons of nice exchanges. So many people are asking me about the heart design. I don't know what to say. Is it being changed, or what should I say? This was the reason for the change. Tell them it's temporary, and when it's finished, it will look like it's supposed to. A worthwhile 100K. Grateful you brought it up. Just another example of what happens when someone doesn't read the book. He's pissed, and she should be too, but she's not going there. She's not being caught making fun of Blake. She's trying to just not make fun of anybody, it seems. And saying it costs that much. It spent $100,000 to fix the tattoo, which Blake made them change, apparently. Can we catch up? Wanted to make sure you were okay. So the heart on it's not closed. Here it is. This is what it was supposed to look like. And he explains Blake wouldn't read the book and changed it from my design. It's such a minor detail. So that's twice he's sort of blaming Blake for it, which it's Blake. Blake took over, and it's like, what do you want me to do? And I guess she didn't want to be caught in the middle of it. She probably didn't like that. The only thing I can give her is that. She's like, look, I'm not bashing Blake. I'm not trying to bash you. I'm just asking, how do I address it? So I understand. But this idea that she didn't read the script, that he didn't provide her details, they spent $100,000 to change the tattoo for you. That's one of the reasons you're mad at him? This doesn't make any sense. The texts are even get more and more revealing. A lot of stuff in here. If Ryan unblocked me and Emily so he could spy on us. She had a feeling and checked, and she could see his name, and then I checked, and I couldn't search him last week. Ryan is the absolute creepiest, worst, pettiest. I want to do one more thing with you guys, and we're going to talk about this in more detail, and I may even use this week. Right now, they're trying to do a privilege log, or they're going through privilege logs, Blake and Justin, which is like the data, the information. It is annoying as hell to do. I'm currently in the midst of it. But what's amazing here is the 30-point list in the original complaint that was in the CRD complaint. The metadata on the 2 pages that they provided in the privilege log reflects a creation date of July 23rd, 2025. The 30-point list was on December 20th. The complaint alleges that it was existed January 4th of 2024. Obviously, the July 23rd created document cannot be what Miss Lively alleged reading on January 4th if it wasn't created till July 23rd, 2025. So where is the document? Where's the original document with the metadata as required by the ESI protocol? Was it destroyed or deleted? If so, when did that occur? If it was destroyed, please let us know. So many other issues they go through. All these issues have caused us to examine your privilege log more closely. Who are these other people? Common interest, blah, 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 blah. she's not even giving him the right information. After all, they're coming after me, him, and all this. Judge, we don't have this, we don't have this. She's being snaky herself. And that needs to be louder out there. They need to be pressured just like they're trying to get us. Goes both ways, girl. It's shocking to me that we have to get all of Jennifer's text, Justin's text, but we can't read Blake's text. We can't read Colleen's text. Wouldn't they be interesting to read? I want to know what you guys think of all this. Hit the subscribe, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Hit the bell, click all, smash that thumbs up as well, and leave your comments down below. I want to know your thoughts on this. What surprised you the most? Did you read all the comments? Go to our website at the end. Please click it. I'll try to put the box in later. If you are here, I appreciate you guys. We got a lot more coming. I have another hearing Thursday. Keep sending us your support, or at least your support here at our Give, Send, Go to help us fight bullies, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. They truly seem to be some of the worst bullies I've seen in Hollywood.